There are superpowers, emerging powers, middle powers, regional powers, rogue states, and also large corporate and social media powers, all competing increasingly for power and influence. As a result, the trend is again moving towards increased fragmentation and confrontation.
My voice will get louder and stronger, and my leadership will be celebrated around the world as it has been.
This song's called the Hokey Pokey. I bet you already know it.
Your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
We are back with a lot of breaking news right now at 4:30, and we'll start with this. Former President Donald Trump now barred from being on the primary ballot next year in the GOP primary. The state Supreme Court making that ruling just a few moments ago. This comes back from a lawsuit filed by Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. That's a liberal group. They filed the lawsuit on behalf of 6 Republicans and unaffiliated voters. What the high court did, it was what looks like appeared to be a 4-3 vote right there. They said that the president, former president, could not be on the ballot because he was involved in inciting an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol back on January 6th.
So when we dismantle it, we get rid of that cancer and we allow for something beautiful to rise. And that reimagining allows us to figure out what public safety looks like for us.
Left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Ready, set, go.
Multiple lawsuits have cited Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, claiming it disqualifies Trump from being added to the ballot. Section 3, the Insurrection Clause, was drafted after the Civil War and states that anyone who has sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution and then attempts an insurrection is barred from ever holding office again. The case in Minnesota will be the first to test this theory. State law there allows petitioners to directly reach out to the Supreme Court to disqualify a candidate. Do you think this case has the chance of being successful?
Well, good morning, Mika. First and foremost, in Minnesota, we believe very strongly no one's above the law. And I think folks should know one of the petitioners who brought this forward is a highly respected former Secretary of State, Joan Grow, an election expert, not just in Minnesota, across the country. So, yeah, this is a serious case. It will be heard. But I want folks to know, too, is the other way we hold Donald Trump accountable will be at the ballot box. So we are certainly preparing to do that, too.
Do you worry about the balance of, okay, maybe this is legally accurate, legally correct, and could win a conviction or keep him off the ballot, versus keeping Donald Trump off of the ballot in Minnesota? In other words, giving him and his supporters the fuel to say, look what they're doing. They won't even let people vote on me.
Yes, I do. And I think that's exactly been my point on this, is this will not matter what happens in court. Donald Trump will lose in Minnesota, as he should, because his policies are bad and the other things that have happened.
Do you worry about the balance of, okay, maybe this is legally accurate, legally correct, and could win a conviction or keep him off the ballot, versus keeping Donald Trump off of the ballot in Minnesota? In other words, giving him and his supporters the fuel to say, look what they're doing. They won't even let people vote on me.
Yes, good point. People don't want to be absorbed with this 24/7, the circus around Donald Trump and the nonsense of House Republicans. That's why we need to bring some sanity back to this. Joe Biden wakes up in the morning, gets the job done. That's what I think they're thinking about.
Breaking news tonight. The Minnesota Supreme Court has dismissed the case on Donald Trump's ballot eligibility in Minnesota. Let's go straight to Randy Meyer in the Live Center for details on what happened this afternoon. Randy?
Kelsey, it happened, as you know, just in the last hour and a half or so. That court ruling to dismiss the lawsuit that aimed to remove the former president from the ballot here in Minnesota. So this means that Donald Trump will stay on the ballot in our state as he seeks another run at president.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it actually a great badge of honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Because I'm being indicted for you. Never forget, our enemies want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple. I'm not going to let them do it. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way, and I always will stand in their way.
The sort of thing that happens when people just don't really pay attention to the work that I do, but just want to criticize me. Obviously, my job as a federal legislator is to set policy for the nation.
Free dance, you do the hokey, woo! You do the hokey, you do the hokey. That's what it's all about.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, thank you very much. Keep us posted in all of this, and thank you for coming on the show this morning.
I am going to relieve you of your command.
We have to strike now, sir. Annihilate, kill, kill, kill.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
We want to make sure that we are defunding the police and utilizing those resources to invest in our communities.
You know, there are two types of people in the world. People that get it and people that don't. And the people that don't get it know who they are.
Take care, fisherman in a box.
Yeah.